I was supposed to post on Monday, but now I'm posting on Wednesday. I guess. I hope. I haven't even started recording properly. I don't feel the urge to record. Or even if I feel like an obligation, but also I know that I want to go through the 12 weeks. So this is one of those midway phase weeks. Week 5, recovering a sense of possibility. One of the chief barriers to accepting God's generosity is our limited notion of what we are in fact able to accomplish. Okay, before I begin, I feel like I have to tell you that I every time this book says God, I replace it with the universe or higher power. I don't know. The urge to call it universe is just really high. We may tune into the voice of the creator within, hear a message, and then discount it as crazy or impossible. We take ourselves very seriously and don't want to look like idiots pursuing some patently grandiose scheme. On the other hand, we don't take ourselves or God seriously enough, and so we define as grandiose many schemes that, with God's help, may fall well within our grasp. Instead, we draw very limited amounts of power available to us. We unconsciously set a limit on how much God can give us or help us. I feel like my favorite quote from last year was every belief is a self limiting belief, because anytime I put a bar here, I will be like, okay, this is how much I can achieve. I can't go more than this. So I've just been, so anytime anyone asks me what's your plan in life or what's your goal in life, I'm like, I'm going with the flow. I feel like I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, but I'm going with the flow. But I want to do this, I also mean I want to have a matcha cafe in a solid 2 years. I don't know how. I'm not going to think twice. This begins to clear up guilt about having or getting too much. Since everyone can draw on the universe supply, we deprive no one with our abundance. Cooperating with God's plan to manifest goodness in our lives, we can begin to let go of having to sabotage ourselves. We are miserly with ourselves. This is scarcity thinking. We don't want our luck to run out. We don't want to overspend our spiritual abundance. Again, we are limiting our flow by anthropomorphizing. My pronunciation sucks. God is a capricious parent figure. Remember that God is our source and energy that flows and that likes to extend itself. Very often, when we cannot seem to find an adequate supply, it is because we are insisting on a particular human source of supply. We must learn to let the flow manifest itself where it will, not where we will it. Not where we will it. Like we call the will. Like I don't think I read the sentence well enough to put that out in perception. To my eye, this is a story not only for synchronicity but also right dependence on the universe as a source. The desire to be worldly, sophisticated, and smart often blocks our flow. We have ideas and opinions about where our good should come from as a Hollywood screenwriter. Those breaks are God, the source in action. Okay, I feel like I just read a lot, but I'm going to put some inputs. Very often, I feel like I do a lot of things in various phases in life, and I keep putting blockers on how much I can do, or I keep putting blockers on this is what I'm supposed to do, without giving enough space or time for myself to just do things that God is sending my way. And lately, I've been struggling with balancing between things that feel nice in the short term versus things that feel nice in the long term versus things that I need to do on a regular basis. By that I mean that I want to hang out with my friends. I don't want to do that every day because last year of college I did not get to do that. I was in a different headspace. And now I have the opportunity and the time to spend a lot of time learning a lot of things that I wanted to learn because I wanted the opportunity for a really long time. And now I can't decide between what I want to give time to. And at the same time, I want time to myself because that time to myself is my recharge time, and I need to make my YouTube video, or I need to write my morning pages, and I need to go for my workout. And I need that time to myself every day without fail, or I feel like I'm failing in life. And I also need 8 hours of sleep now. Like I have to make sure I get those 8 hours of sleep or my days sucks. So where and how am I making this kind of time? How am I doing any of this? I don't know how to prioritize anymore. And a part of me, I think it's duality, but I think a part of me wants to give all my time to work, and a part of me wants to give all my time, a large chunk of my time, to experiences and meeting friends and making friends and networking and going out there, going at it. And I don't know how to find a balance there. I think SF is the place to make that balance, I guess. But also, I don't know if I'm ready enough for it. I always feel like I'm never ready enough for it. But also, I feel like I'm ready enough to put myself there to feel ready for it. Those breaks are. I have said before that creativity is a spiritual issue. Any progress is made by leaps of faith, some small and some large. At first, we may want faith to take the first dance class, the first step towards learning a new medium. Later, we may want the faith and the funds for further classes, seminars, a larger workspace, a year sabbatical. Later still, we may conceive an idea for a book, an artist collective gallery space. As such, as each idea comes to us, we must in good faith clear away our inner barriers to acting on it, and then, on an outer level, take the concrete steps necessary to trigger our synchronous good. I hate working out at the gym because I don't know why. Like, I need someone to motivate me, so that's missing over here. And by someone, I mean my specific trainer that I really adored working out with because he pushed me a lot. Or I need someone to just like make it fun. And going to the gym on my own and doing the same reps, the same exercise is fucking boring. I don't want to do that shit. And the thing is that I found a form of workout that I enjoy every day, that I look forward to. Like, I'm not escaping from it. So my Mondays and Wednesdays are heated sculpt, and my Tuesdays and Thursdays heated Pilates. And then on Saturday / Sunday, I'll just go for a funsy workout. And then through the week, if I'm feeling like I need some relaxing time, it's yin yoga. Because yin is like this nice, like, stretch, stretch, stretch. And now I feel like I don't know why, I don't know how, I've always wanted to do like 200-hour yoga class without doing yoga really, and I'm not flexible, and my legs cannot go straight up even. Like, I'm really bad. My body's really tight from every angle. It's fat people body. And I don't know how to explain, but that urge has always been there, that I want to go to Bali, I want this, I want that, I want to do the course, I want to have the experience of doing this entire workshop for 200 hours. But also at the same time, why Bali? Why that is my source? So now I'm contemplating doing my 200-hour course here because they offer it, and I'm here and I'm working out anyway, so I might as well give those 3-4 weekends. So that's me trying to divert from the source, which was Bali. Like, I wanted to do it in Bali, versus just doing it, because the end goal is not to do it in Bali. The end goal is to do it, and I can always go to Bali for a vacation. I feel like Bali is just so overdone right now. Like, this was my dream 10 years ago, and 10 years ago Bali was not that big a thing. And I think the 10 years ago was because my parents took me for a vacation there, and I was just like, oh, Bali, I really like Bali, I want to do things here. Now everyone wants to do things here. And same thing happened with matcha. I started like this matcha thing like 2 years ago, where I was like obsessed with it. And now everyone is obsessed with it, to the extent where every second person is having matcha, but they're having shit matcha. Like, at least have the good shit. Having bad matcha bothers me. What dream are you discounting as impossible given your resources? What payoffs are you getting for remaining stuck at this point in your expansion? Honestly, some days I think I should just be a trad wife, make some sourdough, make fresh jams at home. But at the same time, I feel I've got hella masculine in however I am. Like, my 2 friend groups right now is my work friend group, Sundar and Arjun. And these 2 guys I hang out with, Yash and Shravan. That's my group. And then before this, my group was Sarthak and Vansh. I feel like a man. Like, no aspect of me feels like a woman. I feel like a man. Every day I do things that make me feel like I'm a man. So, to counter that effect, I don't know how to explain this without feeling like I'm anti woman, but or anti man, or I don't know. Like, I feel like weird saying this, but I feel like to counter all of this, I have to make sure that my mornings are my time, my matcha, my coffee is my time, my workout is my time, surrounded by like 50 women working out, looking all sexy and great. And just, I needed to transpire to me. Like, I need to feel like a woman, and I feel like that's lacking in me lately. And I, I'm not being able to make, like, I have too many female friends, but they're all 1:1, which is not co-groups, which is not the best. I wish I could, but I'm not being able to. Women in tech, hit me up, please, and thank you. So my payoff is that I don't have enough female friendships, but I am going at what I want to do in life, or the things that make me happy, which is AI, media tech, and now with my boss's help, I want to get into robotics. My boss, meaning Arjun, who's also my really good friend and also my roommate and also my flatmate, and whose desk is always messy, so I have to clean for him. It's okay, I still love you. The shift to spiritual dependency is a gradual one. With each day, we become more true to ourselves and more open to the positive. To our surprise, this seems to be working in our human relationships. We find we are able to tell more of our truth, hear more of other people's truth, and encompass a far more kindly attitude towards both. We are becoming less judgmental of ourselves and others. How is this possible? The morning pages, a flow of stream of consciousness, gradually loosens our hold on fixed opinions and short-sighted views. We see that our moods, views, and insights are transitory. We acquire a sense of movement, a current of change in our lives. This current or river is a flow of grace moving to us, to our right livelihood, companions, and destiny. Dependence on the Creator within is really freedom from all other dependencies. Paradoxically, it is also the only route to real intimacy with other human beings. Freed from our terrible fears of abandonment, we are able to live with more spontaneity. Freed from our constant demands for more and more reassurance, our fellows are able to love us back without feeling so burdened. I feel like the past 5 weeks with this has definitely changed some wiring in my brain, because I don't feel like I'm attached to people. I get attached like this. I get emotional like this. I'm like 5 2s in numerology, if that makes sense to you. And I'm just a very emotional being. Like, I will cry for every little thing. I will cry 5 times a day if I have to. And that's my normal. But lately, I feel like because I pour out my heart and pour out so much into those books and not self analyze, but give myself leeway, I feel like that attachment doesn't turn into expectation. Like, I'm attached to you, I will do things for you, but I will not expect things in return. And if you tell me once that you're too much, I'll be like, okay, retracted. I'm not too much for you anymore. I still love you from a distance. And I've been noticing this with my best friend, who has very nicely decided to cut me off, for a lack of better words. He's my best friend, always will be my best friend. But he's decided to retract from me. And what can I do about it apart from tell him that, hey, I miss you? And hey, I wish I was with you and around you. But he just wants to cut me off because he's in a different zone in life and a different mind space. I would have gone for his birthday, but I have been cut off and asked to not visit. And I would have felt really, really bad about it. Like 6 months ago, 3 months ago, even. But now I'm just like, okay, this is what he needs. And I tried providing what I could give, and it wasn't respected, appreciated, or accepted because of whatever space or mindset in life that he is in. And that's okay. I also realized and noticed that people in the West don't really give a fuck about a lot of like things that, like, societal pressure in a nicer way. Like, people in the East, regardless of how they're feeling, like my nanny, She wants to go to my house. She wants to go visit my house. She wants to go to my mama. And she won't because guests want to come to her house and she'll be like, no, guest. I'm like, you want to do something, you do that. Why are you waiting for other people to give you the leeway to do anything? You want to do something, you do that now. And here, you just cut everything and everyone off and you do what you have to do. So this like growing up in India in the East and then coming to the West and then becoming that cold and it's not that deep is is it is a trajectory or is like a path in life that I don't know how I feel about yet. Like I feel like I want to find a balance of things that matter and regardless of how they matter, I like I want to be able to do the things I want to do without feeling like I can't do things that I don't want to do in the nicest sense of way. Like I don't want to be my nanny, but also I don't want to be my best friend who's shutting me off because it's convenient to do that. Like I want to find the balance of I'm a kind person that wants to put myself out there and puts my heart on my sleeve, but also doesn't wait for someone to stab it. I can't believe I'm doing this. This is from the book, but this is also me. I can't believe I'm doing this. By replacing no way with maybe, we open door to mystery and magic. I feel like I have started interacting a lot with people that I don't know, and after graduating from college, that's one of the harder things to do, to be able to chat with so many people, and to just go at it like hi, I am introverted to the core. I need Michelle. Like I'm wearing an oversized hoodie because Michelle, and to be able to go into a room where I know one person and say hi, make like 5, 10, 15 new friends. It's been an experience. Like people think I'm extroverted, but I'm really, really PB introverted. Like I hate having to do that all the time. But also I know the importance of putting myself out there. But also I have started feeling confident enough to be like, if I fuck up, I fuck up. If I mess up, I mess up. It's okay. That's also me with all my meetings lately. Arjun and Sundar, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I'm trying. As we come to trust and love our internal guide, we lose our fear of intimacy because we no longer confuse our intimate others with the higher power we are coming to know. In short, we are learning to give up idolatry, the worship dependency on any person, place, or thing. Instead, we place our dependency on the source itself. The source meets our needs through people, places, and things. I have started to realize that no one person or thing or entity can make you feel fulfilled. It's you and you yourself. Like, sure, there'll be shortcomings here, but you go to person A and you'll be like, oh, this is what I need. And you'll go to person B and you'll be like, this is what I need. Go to person D and you'll be like, this is what I need. And you can't expect that one person to be always available for you. And this is partnership, your parents or anything or anyone. Like, I feel like my parents were not as emotionally available for me while growing up, but that's my feeling. That's how I feel. I needed more. But at the same time, they gave me 100% of whatever they had to give me. And I really appreciate it. Like, they are also human beings. They gave me whatever they could give me and more. But at the same time, I was also learning that this is all they could give me, right? So anything that I didn't get from there, I took from mentors. And anything that I don't get from mentors, I tried to take from friends. But there's so much taking. And there's also so much giving at the same time that I always wanted everything from one person, which is very hard to do. Like, for one person to give you all of that is taxing to them and taxing to you and taxing to the bond. And at the end of the day, it's like you need to know who your coffee friends are, who your funeral friends are, who your workout friends are, who your matcha friends are, who your robotics friends are, who your I want to drink and I want to smoke friends are. You just need to know that there are different groups of people for everything and not one person needs to be your ride or die because it's taxing. I would be taxed, man. To do everything myself, also with myself, with my routine, I'll be taxed. So just knowing that looking for looking for things looking for one thing, like my concept is that if I'm looking for something, it can't be a specific source. It needs to be open to whatever source it comes from. It doesn't matter where it comes from. It's just the thing that matters, that you're looking for, that matters in this moment. Many recovering creatives sabotage themselves for more frequently by making nice. There is a tremendous cost to such ersatz virtue. Ersatz virtue. My pronunciation sucks. Many of us have made virtue out of deprivation. I love this paragraph. We have embraced a long suffering artistic anorexia as martyr's cross. We have used it to feed a false sense of spirituality grounded in being good, meaning superior. I call this seductive force spirituality the virtue trap. So the virtue trap, that's what I was talking about, my nani, like the virtue trap. Like, you want to be nice, but you want to do something else, you do that. Find a balance. Tell them to come later. You do your thing, and then tell them to come back. I call this seductive force spirituality the virtue trap. Spirituality has often been misused as a route to an unloving solitude, a stance where we proclaim ourselves above our human nature. This spiritual superiority is really only one more form of denial. For an artist, virtue can be deadly, the urge towards respectability and maturity can be stultifying, even fatal. We strive to be good, to be nice, to be helpful, to be unselfish. We want to be generous of service of the world, but what we really want is to be left alone. When we can't get others to leave us alone, we eventually abandon ourselves. To others, we may look like we are here, we may act like we are there, but our true self has gone to the ground. What's left is a shelf of our whole self. It stays because it is caught, like a listless circus animal prodded into performing, it does its tricks. It goes through its routine, it earns its applause, but all of the hoopla falls on deaf ears. We are dead to it. Our artist is not merely out of sorts, our artist has checked out. Our life is now an out of body experience. We are gone. A clinician might call it disassociating, I call it leaving the scene of the crime. Afraid to appear selfish, we lose ourselves, we become self destructive because this self murder is something we seek passively rather than consciously act out. We are often blind to its poisonous grip on us. So, the past 3 months that I started my job, or two, whatever, I've started my job, I feel like I want to give my 100% here because it's a founding engineer role. So it's more than a 9 to 5 job, but also at the same time, I don't work 9 to 5. I work erratic hours. Some weeks it's more weekends and less weekdays, and some weeks it's so much weekdays and also weekends. Some days it's some weekdays I'm just like, I can't do this. Not today. Today is not the day. And I feel like initially I was struggling to be like, I want to do my own thing as well on the side because I need that to feel more feminine and to feel more myself and to feel my artist self as well. So I was giving up on everything that I wanted to do just by giving 100% to the work. And I take a lot of time to do the work that these people take. Like, they'll take 5 days and they'll take one day and I'll take 5 days basically. And that takes time. Like, I'm slow. I'm very slow at the work I do. And it's because I've never done it before. So it's just like I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying to learn more things. So it's fine. It's fair. But that means that I was giving up on my workouts. I was giving up on me making my videos. I was giving up on making my reels. I was giving up on hanging with my friends. And I don't want to do that. And even like my like I don't know. I don't want to do that. So now I'll tell you my morning. Since morning, I woke up. I did my morning pages. I went, worked out, came back, showered, cleaned the house. The house that he also leaves dirty, that bothered me today. He's been bothering me for a while, but it's fine. It's fine. I love him. And then cooked myself breakfast, made myself a matcha. Slow morning, did my skincare, took my little patches because my skin's still not skincare enough. It's not looking as if I do skincare. And now I'm recording this, and then I will go work for 6-7 hours. Then I get my nails done because that makes me feel more feminine. And then I will come back and work more, or I will hang with Arjun and Sundar, or I will hang with Shravan and Yash, and I will just hang. And I will do nothing else but hang. Maybe a little bit of Substack. Oh, by the way, subscribe to my Substack. I've written a Substack now. I'm starting. I've already put out the next 4 stacks, by the way. I will be better at that. I want my bi-weekly stacks. One is an old Substack, one is a new Substack every week. I write a lot. To think, I write a lot, so I'm fine. Okay, now the activities I didn't feel like, okay, this is all I want to share from the book, but there were a lot of activities. The I Wish activity was my favorite. I went through the I Wish like 19 items, and I feel like you should do it too. Like, I wish this, I wish that, I wish this, but just go with a. The reason you should do it early in the morning, I have realized, is because you don't think too much. So you're just like, you're most vulnerable. So if you want to do it late at night before you sleep and you're most vulnerable, go for it. All the tasks I feel like were underwhelming this week. I feel last week's tasks were so nice. This week's tasks were really underwhelming. Now, I'm going to give you a little tippy tip. That is that I don't know how people would react to this, but I'm also very AI, right? I took pictures of my entire journal for all the morning pages I have written these 5 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever. And I asked GPT to analyze all of it, and it gave me so much clarity of every week how much my thought processes were changing because of this book. I feel like it's a good way to bird's eye view look at what you're doing. And if you're interested in like chatting with yourself through your journal prompts, GPTs, I feel like I always used to do that anyway, like in terms of I used to journal to chat. But morning pages and then putting there is something that I feel like you should try at least for a month. I think it'll give you a lot of clarity of where you stand and where you are. And I'm also a little bit astrology. So I have made a project with my astrology, my chart, my birth chart, my D1, D9, D60. I don't know what any of that means. My mom's the astrologer. I just take superficial information and feed. And I ask it to help me plan my week in terms of energy. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's like, I'm not getting the word, but maybe it just like, it won't, maybe it just doesn't work. Maybe it's just me thinking that it works, but it's working. So why am I going to not use it to work, I guess that's my concept of astrology with Artist's Way with this. Just by the way, my next Substack is on AI, and my next to next Substack is on AI and astrology. So you better read it, and you better subscribe to it, and you subscribe to this also. But you better subscribe to that. You better pay me money for it, for my Substack, because I want coffee. I'm a struggling artist, my friends. Thank you.